$600, $1,000, $2,000, and $5,000 in the form of stimulus checks, rebate checks, dividend payments, and distributions to us. All of these dollar amounts are actually very influential, which is why I want to focus on them for a few minutes here in this short video, based on the announcements that have come out so far this year, especially for those of you out there that are looking for, asking for, or rooting for a stimulus check or some type of financial incentives or basically financial assistance right now. This is actually a very interesting situation that we're going through right now because we're getting widespread support for the distribution of a lot of money for all of us going across the board. So I just want to break that down for you super fast here in this video and just make a quick point as far as what we're seeing going on right now and why this may be actually a very, very good thing for those people out there looking for some type of payment, whatever you want to call it, stimulus, rebate, dividend, distribution. What other names are they going to come up with next, right? We're going to talk about all that here in this short video. Now, I want to point this out as well. Now that we are in the fourth quarter, 70 million people out there on Medicare. Need to be calling that phone number right there. Here's the thing. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Medicare plans are going away for 2026. A lot of people, unfortunately, on Medicare are going to be completely blindsided by this. Please do yourself a huge, huge favor. You can see it right there. Free Medicare help. Free Medicare help. I love free stuff. It's free. There's a phone number right there. Make sure to call that phone number. You're going to connect with a real live human. They have access to 20,000 plans. They're going to ask you a couple really quick questions to understand your situation, what you need out of a plan, your personal needs, your preferences, whatever it happens to be. They're going to look through their database to find the best plan for you in your local area for your personal needs, okay? Please make sure to do this. And again, you might be thinking, nah, I'm already on the best plan. I don't need to do this. Please do not do that. You're putting yourself in a massive amount of risk because your plan may be totally going away. Seriously, just call and ask. It's totally free. We are in this situation right now where we can do that, okay? Please do this for yourself. Within 5, 10, 15 minutes of talking to them right there, you're going to have a solid answer and know that you're either properly covered or, whoa, that was a close one. I almost got locked in on a really bad plan or not even have coverages. It's a very important time of year right now. Please take advantage of that. And again, it's 100% free for those of you here in the community. Thousands of you have already called. A lot of people saving a boatload of money. I mean, I could rattle off name after name after name right now of people that have reached out to me saying, I saved $174 a month, $310 a month, $154 a month, $94 a month, $79 a month, $116 a month. I could keep giving you numbers. These are real dollar amounts, by the way. Anyway, after you talk to them, drop a comment on any video, use the word chapter, and I'd love to give you a shout out in a future video and feature you if you'd like to. All right, anyway, let's talk about the $600, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, and who knows what the next dollar amount's going to be. Here's what's super interesting about this. Since we got the last stimulus check of $1,400 back in 2021, March and in April of 2021 is the last time they distributed the $1,400 stimulus check. From then up until basically February of this year, 2025, there was no talk. For the most part, I mean, there was a little bit here and there, but for the most part, there was no serious talk about any distribution of money in the form of stimulus, rebates, dividends, distributions to us during that amount of time. So basically, a 4-year period of time where they did nothing. Nothing. They didn't even talk about it for the most part. I mean, they mentioned it a couple times here and there, but there was no serious consideration of any distribution, okay? Now, here's what I just want to point out for you, okay? Politics aside, administration aside, it has nothing to do with any of that. I'm just pointing out and making a fact and just making an observation for you. So far this year, okay, it hasn't even been a year. It's been like literally months. That's it. Since February of this year, we have now had 3 official announcements / endorsements out of the president, as well as lawmakers, to distribute money back to us, again, in the form of a stimulus, rebate, distribution, or dividend, whatever you want to call it. Let's go through them really quickly here. And again, I've talked about all of these in extensive detail before in other videos, But again, just hear me out for a second here because this is all coming together and actually making a very, very interesting point, and it's actually very influential in my opinion. Okay, back in February, we got the introduction of the $5,000 Doge dividend. Obviously, that never happened, and I told you, don't get your hopes up. I told you this right from the very start. It's not going to happen. Don't look forward to this. It's not going to happen. You can look back here on the channel. I have videos literally talking about that from way many months ago. I was like, this is a long shot. It's not going to happen. But anyway, point being is that the president did come out and endorse this $5,000 Doge dividend idea. Okay, it's a cool idea, but certainly something that was never going to happen in the first place. It was kind of destined to fail from the very beginning because it was based on Doge savings, which we knew was not going to hit $2 trillion. Not a chance. We knew that. Okay. But anyway, then over the summer, the president was about to leave on a European trip, and right before he did, a reporter asked, hey, all the tariff revenues, are you thinking about a little rebate? And the president responded, we're thinking about a little rebate back to the people of a certain income. Well, guess what? The next day, we had Josh Hawley come out and say, I'm going to write this up in a formal proposal. Sure enough, the very next Monday, all that happened on a Thursday and Friday, by the way, then the very next Monday, Josh Hawley came out and introduced the American Worker Rebate Act of 2025, which was calling on a $600 rebate payment to us in the form of basically a profit share from the tariff revenues. That's the $600. Now, just days ago, we got the president who came out in a new, separate, totally independent interview where he discussed again the distribution, or basically he announced essentially that they're thinking about the distribution of a little dividend to the people of America in the amounts of between $1,000 and $2,000. He didn't specify exactly how much. He just said between $1,000 and $2,000. Okay, that's 3 instances in which the president has come out, and again, lawmakers alike have come out and endorsed this idea of distributing basically between $600 and $5,000 to us. That's the difference between having a pretty good financial amount of assistance or getting maybe a quarter of the rent paid. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. Nonetheless, it is money back to us. Okay. Now here's the thing. This is the point that I really want to focus on. For 4 years straight, we did not get any type of endorsement or any type of talk about any money being distributed back to us in the form of any kind of payment, rebate, stimulus, distribution, dividend, whatever you want to call it. But now, literally in the last, however many months it's been since the beginning of the year, basically February, we've had the president and multiple lawmakers come out endorsing this idea of hundreds, 600, or thousands between $1,000 and $2,000, or even upwards of $5,000 distributed back to us. Okay, it's a very interesting point that I just want to point out for you. Okay, now we also have to consider this. What is the timing on something like this? I've had a lot of people reach out down below in the comment section saying we're never getting this. It hasn't happened yet. It's not coming today or tomorrow, so therefore we're never getting it. And I always respond to those comments and I'm like, hey, here's the deal. I know it has not arrived yet, but here's the thing. These lawmakers are as slow as molasses, right? That's like a, pretty good saying. I don't know. I was going to say as slow as mud, but as slow as molasses sounds better, right? It's very slow flowing. But here's the thing. It can move very quickly. Here's how you do it. Put a little heat on it, and all of a sudden it moves fast. Same with lawmakers, right? If they have the urgency to do so, they can pass this super fast. Let me give you a really quick example. Think back to the early days of 2020. What was happening? Well, nothing. We were all living our lives totally fine. And then we got this idea, oh no, we're closing everything down. Literally in 1 month's time, lawmakers went from no package to literally a $2.3 trillion stimulus package, which contained $1,200 stimulus checks. They went from literally conceiving the idea to passing it through the House, passing it through the Senate, signed by the president, and checks being distributed literally in a 1 month period of time. That's how fast they can do this if they really wanted to. From literally conception to literally money hitting bank accounts happened in 1 month or less back in early 2020. It was called the CARES Act. Look it up if you don't believe me. It's a real thing. $2.3 trillion, which contained the first of 3 $1,200 stimulus checks. Okay, it happened. We saw that. Why? There was heat on them, just like molasses. It's pretty slow moving, but if you heat it up, it actually flows pretty fast. Okay, anyway, you get my point behind this. My point is, though, going forward, what is the catalyst? What is the urgency to get something like this done? I'll tell you one catalyst that I can think of off the top of my head, economics aside, which is this: midterm elections coming up in about a year from now. That's vitally important. In about a year from now, all we're going to be hearing about is the midterm elections. In fact, in just a handful of months, what are we going to get? Non-stop ads hearing about the midterms. Who wants to hear that junk for the next 6 months? Not I. I'm not sure about you, but I don't want to hear that, right? The ads get so annoying, honestly, right? But anyway, my point is, that is a major catalyst, okay? Now, we're a little far out from that now. What have you heard me talk about over the last, 5 years as far as the distribution of any kind of stimulus? What is it predicated on? Yeah, let's say it together. The economy, right? The economy. Can all of us probably agree the economy is great for some and horrible for others? Can we all probably agree with that, right? Don't get me wrong. Some people are really doing really, really good in this economy right now. Some people are. A lot of people are doing really poorly and really badly, and this economy is not that great for them, right? Like some people say, it's the K-shaped economy, right? So you have like half of the K is going up and doing very well. The other half is going down and not doing all that great financially, right? Same thing. That's why they're calling it this K-shaped economy, because that's what's happening right now. You see in the Great Divide really playing out in major magnitude right now, okay? So anyway, my point being is that we could see some kind of distribution like this in a variety of different ways. Number one, the midterms could be the catalyst to do it. We could see a major economic crash and burn, which I'm going to be honest with you, would not be the worst thing right now. They would actually be probably a pretty welcomed thing right now. And again, I'm not some doomer like, whoa, let's crash the economy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if we were to get a crash and burn, it honestly would help out a lot of things in a big, big way. The Federal Reserve would come in, lower interest rates aggressively, prices would come down, stimulus would be provided very, very quickly, money would be flowing quickly. Like I said, interest rates would be significantly lower. There'd be money all over the place. I mean, honestly, it would be very good. It would bring inflation down, at least temporarily it would. It would probably, the tariffs may even get whacked, which would also lower prices. I mean, it could possibly be a really good thing in a lot of ways for a lot of people. If we were just to get a really quick, a nice, swift, and, kind of nasty recession that didn't last very long, but if we got it, it would actually probably be a pretty good thing. Because if we don't get change, guess what? If you don't get change, you don't get change. Sounds pretty obvious, right? That's the reality. Maybe you've heard people say this. If you want to change your life, how do you do it? You change your life. Yeah, exactly. It's like the most basic thing, but it's so hard to comprehend sometimes, right? Hey, I want to change my life. Okay, well then change your life. It's as easy as that, right? Conceptually, it's easy to understand, but it's so hard to implement. But that's the situation. We will get no change from this economy, no change whatsoever, unless we get a change. How do we get a change? Honestly, a big old recession would help out. Just saying, okay? Anyway, my point by making this video and pointing all this out is that we're getting them talking. I mean, it's almost compressing too. Realistically, we heard about the original $5,000 Doge dividend back in February. Then it was all the way at the very end of July, early August is when we heard the $600 rebate, right? So that was however many months that is. What is that, 6 months, something like that, right? And then we go from August to now, and we get this announcement of $1,000 to $2,000 in the form of a dividend or distribution, right? So that's like just a couple months now. I mean, it's compressing. It's getting closer and closer, these announcements that are coming out, okay? So anyway, I'm not promising anything. I'm just saying, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. All I'm saying is that they're either doing one of two things. They're leading up to a big, big announcement and they're teasing us with it, or they're really baiting us along with a bait and hook type of situation to make us, to give us this illusion that there's going to be something. And then who knows? Maybe they don't do anything, right? Well, that's honestly, I'm going to say this much. If they don't do something after baiting the hook this much, they're going to really irritate a lot of people. That is not going to be a very good move on their part. At this point, considering how much they have kind of led us along and baited the hook on this, I'm going to say this. If they do something and follow through, that'd be really, really good messaging. If they don't, it's going to be really bad for them because now we're like, hey, don't trust you because you said it so many times and it never happened. Don't trust what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Right? So that's kind of the situation that they're dealing with right now, is that they almost need to perform on this, because if they don't, well, their messaging has fallen flat. And it's not going to be a good thing. It's going to irritate a lot of people and make a lot of people really mad, and probably more disgruntled than a lot of people really are right now, right? Have you noticed that? Seems like a lot of people are on edge these days. I don't know. It's kind of what I'm observing out in the world. It just seems like a lot of people are really, really, kind of like mad these days. I don't know. It just seems different these times that we're living through right now. Anyway, just want to point this out for you really quickly, okay? I'm here for you no matter what. I will continue to watch the headlines and everything coming out right now. I'm watching everything very, very closely. Just like a good elephant, I'm feeling the vibrations through the ground. No, I'm really not. I'm just saying, I'm watching everything closely. That's basically my way of saying that. Anyway, I know, I'm a nut, right? All right, anyway, thanks for being here. I really appreciate you. And again, if you're on Medicare right now, please, please, please do yourself a huge, huge favor. Call that. It's 100% for free. I guarantee you. A short phone call, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes on the phone. They're going to ask you some simple questions to understand your situation, your needs, and they're going to find you the best plan, completely unbiased. They will find you the best options for you. Just do this for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. It's not for me. It's not for your neighbor. It's not for the local cashier down the street. It's for you. It's for you here in this community. Please take care of yourself, okay? Plans are changing. Plans are being eliminated. Plans are going away. Please do not be blindsided by this and lose coverages because you didn't know, okay? Call them, please. It'll take you only a few minutes to talk to them, and they'll give you that reassurance that'll help you sleep at night knowing that you've got the best plan for you and your situation. Otherwise, if you know anybody on Medicare, please do them the same favor. Share that phone number with them. Share that phone number. Just say, hey, just give them a call. Just get a free review. Make sure that you're covered properly, and it's going to be good for everybody. Anyway, we got to look out for people these days. It's nuts out there. Anyway, please subscribe if you're new here, 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Big share button right down below, 100% free. Go ahead and check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel. Again, 100% for free in the video library. Down below in the description, I've hand-selected popular videos for you there. Otherwise, also at the top of the comment section, I have hand-selected some popular videos for you there. And after you talk to them, by the way, drop a comment down below. Use the word chapter within your comment. Let me know how it goes, and I'll give you a shout-out and feature you in an upcoming video. Enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you again soon in the next video.